Place linear wet deck in the desired position and carefully mark around the edge. Remove linear wet deck and carefully cut along the line you've marked. Remove floorboards from the marked area. Measure and mark to the centre line of the next joist. Mark and remove floorboards. Check that joists are level. Install battens 18 mm from the top of the exposed joists. Cut and fit 18 mm plywood into the joist spaces. This will provide a completely level base for the linear wet deck to be fixed. Place the linear wet deck into the cutout and position the drainage trough. Check for the best position to place waste and trap. It is essential to check the flow rate of the shower being used to ensure the required waste and traps are fitted. Additional traps can be fitted at this point. Drill a 50 mm hole in the required position on the scratch line of the drainage trough, allowing the pilot drill of the hole cutter to drill through the 18 mm plywood below. This will give the exact position for the waste and trap. Remove the required 18 mm plywood from the battens and connect the waste and trap using 40 mm solvent weld waste pipe, ensuring the top of the trap is flush with the top of the 18 mm plywood. Replace the 18 mm plywood and securely fix to battens. Place the linear wet deck back into position and check waste and trap for alignment. Mark, drill and countersink for the 60 mm fixing screws. If required, drill and fix at any point on the linear wet deck to ensure it's flat and level. Place drainage trough into the linear wet deck and mark through pre-drilled holes. Remove the drainage trough and drill 12 3.5 mm holes as marked. Replace the drainage trough and use 12 posi screws to fix. Seal and screw the waste top through the 50 mm hole in the drainage trough and tighten using the key provided. Fill in remaining floor space with floorboards. If the floorboards are 18 mm, the remaining floor will need to be ply-lined with 4 mm plywood. The linear wet deck installation is now complete and requires waterproofing. It is essential to prime all surfaces prior to the application of the tile-safe membrane. Apply the primer evenly by brush or roller, working into the substrate. Do not over-apply primer. It should not pool or run. To make a corner joint, cut a length of tile-safe reinforcing tape 300 mm long. Crease in half along the length of the tape. Release paper outermost. Cut through the tile-safe reinforcing tape at midpoint position along the solid line. With the sharp blade, lightly cut the release paper along the dotted line, taking care not to cut through the tape itself. Fold the tape in quarters and begin to detail as shown. Press the folded tape to one of the walls tight into the corner and press home, gradually removing the release paper. Follow the same procedure for the opposite wall, from one of the folded up sections and press down onto the horizontal. Before pressing the last piece down, peel back the release film from the previously applied horizontal section so that an overlap bond is achieved.